Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how you can animate and have a bit of control on the wiggle property of any shape layer. Alright then, let's get started. So I've already got a composition, a regular 1920 by 1080 composition. The first thing we're going to do is create a regular shape, any shape for that matter. And as you can see, when you're creating a shape, your anchor point is somewhere else. So you can press Ctrl and double click on this pan behind tool, and the anchor point will come to the center of the shape. And I'm going to align this, and I'm also going to create a null object. So to create a null object, go to Layer, New, Null Object. So there we go. And now you can go to Effects and Presets and search for slider control. You drag and drop the slider control on the null layer. So now you've got your null layer and one slider control effect on top of it. And you click on the slider control effect here, press Ctrl D to duplicate. That's APCT. So now you've got the shape, you've got the null with the effects on it, and now we can start creating the expression. So you click on your shape layer, press P for position, press and hold Alt and press left click on the stopwatch icon to bring up the expressions panel. So the easiest way to get started here is to take the pick whip and drag and drop it on top of one of these slider controls. So right now it's called slider control. So let's rename one of these to frequency and another one to amplitude. Right. So now this expression has automatically changed its name to frequency. And what we're doing here is referencing this layer to the effects on this layer. So we're referencing the layer here, and we're referencing the effects on the null object layer. So what we're going to do next is to copy and paste this line, the line at the top. Now we're going to copy, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and we have two now. So what we're going to do next is to rename this. So here, as you can see, this is the same line, and both of these variables are referring to the frequency, and you see two values underneath here. So what we're trying to attempt is the wiggle expression. So usually if you want to apply a wiggle, you would write down something like that. So the value is static, and you can't change or animate this value. So what you can do right now is, instead of these values, we use these variables, that these constants that we have defined, that connects to the slider control effects. So for this, let's call it FREQ. You can name it anything you want. I'm gonna name it a shorter name just because it's easier. And we're going to replace these values in replace the values to the values that we just made up there. Alright, and we end that, and here, instead of the frequency, we rename it to amplitude. Alright, there we go. Now you have your expression ready. Now all you gotta do is turn on keyframes on the effects up there, and press the null layer on the timeline and press U. So now you can bring up the keyframes down there. So if we play this a little bit, nothing happens. But if we adjust it to, say, some random number, because this is the frequency, consider this the same values that you would be using if you were using the wiggle expression directly. So say this is like 100. Now it starts out as 0, and then it starts animating, and you can stop this as well. How cool is that, huh? Control C, Control V to copy and duplicate the keyframes, and right click on the keyframe to time reverse. And now look at this. Of course, you can fine tune it as much as you want, but that's pretty much how it goes. I will mention this expression on the description of this video. Thank you for sticking by till the end of this tutorial. Like and subscribe, and thank you very much. Have a nice day.